Hello, everyone. This is Ronnie. Just coming to you with a little sales update video. I'm a little behind as we're almost the end of December here, and this video is what's today? The 20th of December. This is for November. These are sale update, like a sales update video. I chose out I think it was 15 items in total that I thought were interesting or high dollar amount stuff just to kind of be in a lookout for, you know, things that sold really well this month. We had a bunch of quick selling things and a bunch of things that took a long time, believe it or not. There was a few that was like, really? Wow, had it that long. So a lot of it we spent up on, you'll see here, and I'll talk a little bit about each item to let you know. But let's get into the first item here. And I've tried doing this video twice before, but Google's been very glitchy of late. But here we go. This was one that we sold right here. This was a pair of pants, or I should say men's slacks, pants, dress pants, whatever. They're made with Laurel Pina fabric, Super 130s wool, khaki flat front. See right here, they look like they were never worn. There's the Laurel Pina fabric tag. And this was made by a company, I put it in the description. Yeah, they're made by a small men's shop over here in Norwell, Massachusetts, Natalie's Clothing. On their website, they retailed for about $400. So with them being in such good condition, being with Laurel Pina fabric, I put them up for 75 bucks. These sold within 2 days. No, excuse me. I'm looking at that wrong. They sold within 1 day. These sold in less than a day for full asking price of $75. I had $3 into these as I got these at a Salvation Army and half off day, family day, whatever you want to call that. So that was a pretty nice sale. These are another pair of pants that I picked up a while back at our Salvation Army. When they first opened, they would do this like sale because they weren't moving stuff, because they decided they were going to price stuff when they moved to a new building a little higher. People just weren't buying. So after a while, they had too much inventory. They would just do a flash sale. I think there was like 3 days in a row where they did like 50% off every color, and they just wheeled these out of the back. I got these with a bunch of other newer tags, different Levi's jeans. I found an orange tab pair that I sold a while back. And these were silver tab ones. These are from the 90s. I had these when I was a kid. They're a little baggy and loose, is different from today's pants that are all tapered, or what do you want to call it? Skinny jeans, not a fan of those. These sold for full asking price of 85 bucks. We were into these for about $4, but they took a good six months to sell, at least 6 months, if not probably a little longer. They were newer tags, which always helped. This was a vintage Wooldridge. This is probably, I would say, 70s, maybe early 80s. See the tag right there. There's a little rip in the tag. Never worn. There's the Wooldridge tag. It was a 100% wool stag shirt jacket, size large, which tag said size large, whatever. Size, it's borderline size large. But this took about 8 days to sell. I was in this actually for $20. But I knew it would sell because I sell these used somewhere, usually between $40 and $50. So there was no way I was going to leave it behind. These took 8 days to sell, and they actually had 12 watches on it in those 8 days. So it was a pretty decent item to look out for. So you got to like that always. These are a pair of Echo, men's boots, ECCO. These are made, I think, in Portugal or something like that. Most of them, not all of them. But these are Gore-Tex waterproof boots. These are a bigger size 14. They usually have the sizes in European size, so these are like a size 48. So simple. We made a video on this not too long ago. You just go to their website, pick out a pair of shoes, and use the shoe conversion thing, and it'll tell you right over. These were kind of a little beat up when we got them, and my wife did a little cleaning on them, polished them up, and they actually looked really good. These I were into for approximately, we were into these for about $15, and they took about 3 weeks to sell, so not too bad at all. These sold right around $100, so not too bad at all. Take that every day. And with these shoes, they have a habit of the soles cracking. So when you get them, you really want to bend them and twist them around to make sure there's no cracks. Because you really don't want to sell. I've seen people suggest using super glue or crazy glue to fix the cracks, and it's like, the shoe has cracks. There's no reason picking it up, because most likely somebody's not going to want them if they're cracked on the soles. This is a vintage Pendleton 100% wool overcoat, size 44, made in USA. It was really nice. It was freshly dry cleaned. It had the dry clean tags on it. Looked like it was never worn. I mean, this jacket was really nice. Had these buttons. There's the tag. Blue tag is men's. The other white tag or whatever is women's. How you tell them apart usually. But it's really nice. I've had trouble with selling these usually in the past, so I was a little hesitant picking it up. I paid $100, but it did sell within 8 days for right around $95, right around there. But it did not have a lot of watchers, so it was one of those things. I think it sold in 8 days, and it only had 8 watchers. So I got lucky on this. I've had these in the past, and they've took a while to sell. It was probably just the right time of year, picked it up a few days ago, listed it, and it sold pretty quickly. These are a pair of men's dress slacks. The brand is Brioni, really high-end brand. Almost anything by Brioni I would pick up. There's the tag. These were 100% silk. You really don't see 100% silk pants. These are a decent size, 38 waist, 31 inseam. I mean, no issues whatsoever on these pair of pants. Listed them. We got $100 for these. I paid $7 at a local store, and they sold within 3 days. Love anything when it sells fast like that. For the month, we had 187 things sold. We've been hovering around 650 things. So it's about a 25% sell-through rate, which for me is really good. Our total in gross sales was just over $11,000. And that includes shipping and everything like that. So, I mean, it was a really good month. November was a really strong month. And we're doing, this year since moving back to the house, we've really found our area and trying to move things quicker. So there's a lot of brands and a lot of stuff that we stay away from, because in the past they've sat for long periods of time, or unless there's super high margin in that item, I will sit on it. But bread and butter stuff, I'm not going to sit on a lot of the bread and butter stuff anymore. It just takes up too much space. These were a pair of Spider men's insulated ski bibs. See the bib right there. I found 2 pair of these. They were both at the same Goodwill. I paid $15 each. One was a 2XL, one was a XL. We got $100 for both of them. One of them we had a return on, and it sold almost as soon as I put it back. Couldn't complain. Like I said, I think we paid 15 each for those. One sold in 3 weeks, and the other sold in 3 weeks also, and then when we relisted it, it sold in 2 days. So not bad at all. Decent brand to look out for, especially in like jackets and stuff like that. The more current styles sell a little bit better. This is a Polo Ralph Lauren leather jacket. I picked this up approximately 3 months ago. Paid about 15 bucks for it. It was in very good condition. I knew it was just coming up into like probably the September when we picked this up. I didn't realize when I got it. You can see right there. There's button. There's 2 buttons missing. Somehow I overlooked that, but it had a zip. It was a zip up jacket. So when I got it home, I didn't think it was going to be that big of an issue. It did hurt the value somewhat, but it can work. It's a size small also, which is kind of a little bit of a pain to deal with, but that stuff still sells. It doesn't matter the size. I will pick it up. Yeah, it sold for $100. I did have this for some reason. I had free shipping on this jacket. Recently, I've switched over our suits and sport coats to free shipping, but I've raised them all up by $10, and I really have not seen any increase in sales in suits and sport coats. Only thing is, I'm not going to go back in there now and list them and take off $10 and add shipping. So they're where they're at right now. But jeans, pants, we still charge shipping. Shoes, we still charge shipping. Winter jackets, we still charge shipping. So it was just something I tried, but I really haven't seen much difference in it. This is a Ralph Lauren, new with tags, women's, worn by Ralph Lauren, safari like jacket. It was a 2X, bigger size. It's new with tags, which always helps. We were into this for, I believe, $18. This sold about 110. We had it for about 2 weeks, and it went to Israel. And I sent a priority mail, charged them 45 bucks. It sat for some reason like 3 weeks in customs. You could see the tracking. They were asking about it because they were leaving on a trip, a safari actually, and they wanted this jacket. I didn't ask them where they were going, actually, because they were pissed that they weren't getting it, and I had no control over it. It was crazy. They finally got it 2 days before they left, so I was actually very happy about that. But I mean, sometimes you just have no control over the mail. I was telling them that I think you need to go to your local post office and talk to them about it. You have the tracking number. Try to figure out where it is, because that was kind of crazy. This is a jacket. We've had this about 6 months. This is a Barber Wax cotton jacket, size XL. We got this with I got this with two others. One in a June and I think it was June or end of May. Me and my wife split up. We went to 2 different sales at the same time. She went to one sale and actually got picked up our Griswold cast iron pan that we sold for $1,400, and I went to this other sale and picked up a bunch of Barber men's jackets and some other clothing that was there. Sometimes when there's more than one of you in the business, you guys can actually split up and tackle different estate sales at the same time, different yard sale routes in the summer. You cover more ground, so you're able to go to thrift stores together. One takes one area, one takes the other. And, sometimes you could cover more ground, so you get more of a better opportunity to come across good stuff. This is a Toomey laptop bag, really high-end laptop brands. See if we can get a picture of there it is. Toomey luggage, really good. Depending on how recent it is or anything like that, the prices will depend. This looked like it was never used. It had the manual still in there, had the inserts and stuff like that. I paid $20 for this at a local small thrift store. This sold once before for about $200. Guy returned it saying it didn't fit his laptop. He paid shipping there and shipping back, so it was about $30 he paid in shipping. So it didn't really was not that big of an issue. And then he sold again fairly quickly. It took about a month to sell the second time. The first time it sold in about 2 days. So not too bad at all. I mean, sometimes you just get stuff that gets returned, and I don't make a fuss about it. I just tell people, you know what, send it back. If it's sold once, it'll sell again. It's really not that big of a deal. This is a new with tags men's like sport jacket. I got this because it was new with tags. The name of the brand is Cornelius or whatever. I cannot pronounce that too well. See the tags right there. It was really nice, higher end Italian brand. You can see they make really nice suits and sport coats and stuff like that. It was 150 super wool, really nice. We had this for a while. Original price on this was about $1,800. It could have been part of a suit. I'm not really sure. It didn't look like it was tag wise, but it could have been. I had it listed. We were into this for about $17. It was listed a good 6 months. What happened was I had a buyer buy another suit from us in Chile or Argentina. I forgot where it was now, but it was somewhere, and I don't like really shipping to those countries. But he paid $45 for the shipping. It was for a jacket we've had for like a year. And I just said, okay, no problem. It's going to go priority mail. No big deal. And then he was going through my jackets and he said, can I add this one on? If you do the free shipping, I think it was like on sale for $350. And he said, well, you do $305. And I'm already selling him the other jacket for, $100 plus $45 shipping. So we evened it out. I told him, yeah, no problem. I can do that. Sent it priority mail, and he got it fairly quickly. He got it in about 8 days. He was happy. He left feedback and was able to track the shipping. And this sold on the first, and then you'll see our biggest sale sold on the first. We had a few other sales that day. We wind up doing $1,785 that day. That was my biggest one day ever. That day was crazy. Bunch of small sales, 2 large sales, this one and our biggest clothing sale, which is coming up in a little bit. But a good brand to be on the lookout for in sports coats and suits. I really don't see them in too much. I picked up a dress shirt here or there, and it's been kind of a more slow go with it. This is a Laurel Pina 100% cashmere stand-up jacket. We picked this up at a estate sale in New Hampshire, and we've had this literally for about 18 months. We picked this up in, I want to say, June of 2015. The reason why I remember is because I bought my truck at that year. Bought my truck. It was a terrible decision in buying that truck. Just got rid of it actually for a brand new Suburban. But the Excursion was a great truck when I got it, but needed too many issues. But this jacket, we got this with a bunch of other things. We drove almost 2 hours. We drove about 2 hours to a estate sale. It was on a Thursday, which is odd day for a estate sale. But I seen some of the pictures and seen some of the tags, and they were advertising a lot of Chanel and St. John's clothing. Good stuff. We didn't know about the pricing, so we figured we'd go there and check it out. Well, that stuff was too high, but we did pick up a lot of other pieces. This Laurel Pina right here was $16 we paid. We wound up selling this for $340. It did take a while, but we did pick up a set of like Brioni buttons for a men's suit. Sold those for $100. I think I was into those for like $5. We picked up 3 Sony shortwave radios for like $5-10 each. Sold those for probably $400 combined. Another Laurel Pina suede women's jacket got like $350 or $400. Purple Ralph Lauren men's suede jacket got a few hundred for that. some bunch of luggage, bunch of Hartman tweed luggage, 2 Orvis bags. That's just the stuff I remember, and there was a lot of smaller stuff too, bunch of sweaters and stuff like that. But you see the tag right there. That's the Laurel Pina tag. It was really nice. This retails probably for about 4 grand. I've sold some of the men's stuff before. The men's stuff sells a lot faster. This woman's thing sat around a little while. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous women's jacket. Just it took a little while to sell. These are a pair of Edward Green. These are the first time I've ever come across this brand. When we went to New Hampshire, I picked these up on our road trip up that way. These were worn probably about 10 times. They had a lot of life left in these. These shoes are made in England, really high-end shoe. These sell up to, depending if you can get them with some type of like alligator or something like that, you're looking at $1,000+ probably. Just gorgeous shoe. I wind up paying $50 for these, and you know, $50 is a lot of money to spend for a pair of shoes, but these sold pretty quickly. These sold in about 3 weeks, and we did get $400 for these. So, you know, you always want to be on the lookout. Men's shoes, I mean, there's some money there. There it is, Edward Green for Lewis of Boston. Lewis of Boston actually closed, I believe, last year. I mean, they used to have a lot of high-end men's stuff, and I'll probably come across their clothing for years to come. They used to sell a lot of that stuff. Now for our best sale ever, this sold for $720. Had a lot of interest early on. The guy that bought it was kind of a pain in the butt, going back and forth with me about holding it for 3 weeks and this and that. He really wanted it. Wife found this when we were in New Hampshire at a Salvation Army. She wasn't really sure what she had. I knew when I seen it that it was going to be good money. I didn't realize it was going to be as $720 good. I thought it was going to be maybe a few $100s good. So she was very happy. You see right here, what makes this sweater is the P-wing, that winged foot there. It's very highly sought after. This is from their 1992-93 Polo Stadium line, and it had a few light pulls and stains to it, but you're going to be hard-pressed to find another one of these. We paid $8.99 for this, and we had it dry cleaned, about $6, and it sold. You didn't want to be on the video, but now you come over here.
Yeah, because that's my best found ever, and I'm so happy. I'm proud.
You're proud of your baby. You come out of the bedroom. You don't want to be in the video, but you come out of the bedroom to stop packing because you hear me talking.
Well, because talking about my stuff.
Your stuff.
Yeah, my things.
I toast me else. How'd you learn about this?
Hello, everybody. Yeah.
How do you know? How do you know what to pick up?
You teach me.
You don't even watch anybody else's videos. I'm the only person you pay attention to. I've taught you everything you know. How do you feel about that?
It's smart.
You follow the best one. But you know, that sold within 2 days. $720. I'm extremely happy. Costed about $13 to ship it. Shipped it, and you know, had it insured and make sure there's delivery confirmation on it. I wanted to make sure that we had no issues, so I was willing. Maybe it was $15 with the shipping and everything like that. I just wanted to make sure that whatever happened, we were going to get our money out of this. But that's our sale. That's our better sales for the month. There was a few other ones in there, but they were a little boring. I kind of mixed it up a little bit with different things to give you different varieties. As we go over a thrift store, we go over everything. We don't really discriminate. Could be anything from women's to men's to shoes to pants, whatnot. So we'll see y'all later. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day, everybody. You know, see you next time.